stumbled upon a singer-songwriter I wanted to play at this rally. That was Tracy Chapman, and who, if a lot of your listeners I know are young in their 20s, they may not know. Tracy became, for a time, the biggest singer-songwriter in the world, and sold like 13 million albums. And I worked with Tracy. I produced her demos, and produced her demos, worked with her. My father was in the music business, so I knew about the music business, and I knew people in the music business. And I had Tracy. We signed her. People would come up from New York to watch her. I was in Boston. People would come up from New York to watch her perform. I would watch record company executive after record company executive watch her, be personally moved by it, sometimes get tears in their eyes because what she was singing about was so important and her voice was so beautiful. And then they would say, "Can I please meet her? I just want to meet her. She's what an amazing..." And I could see they weren't bullshitting me, Tim. They had a cathartic experience watching her perform. Mm-hmm. And they would walk me. I would walk them to their, I was at Tufts, and I would walk them to their car, winter, before they drove back to New York or to their hotel. And they would look me in the eye and they would say, "Thank you for a night I'll always remember." And then they would say, "Now, we can't possibly sign her at Columbia Records." And, I was a kid. I was 20 by this point, probably a junior at
I love you,
college.
and I never want to see you again. Yeah, no.
And I would say, "Dude, I don't understand, man, because it was like, I saw you crying, and she was Talking About a Revolution, and Baby, Can I Hold You Tonight?" And they go, yeah, but she's black. Seems a bit masculine, is what they would say, right? And I'd say, but didn't you see like those 300 or 400 or 500 people who knew every word, even though there's no record out, there's no internet, there wasn't any internet. They just come to show, yes, but it's college, it's bullshit. And I'd go, I've traveled, and this is part of how, to answer your question of how I had traveled all over New England with her and watched her perform to any audience she performed to, ended up on their feet and coming back again and again and again. And so I knew that these people were wrong, even though they were rationally correct, right? Because nobody like her had been successful. Right. It was totally against what was going on in music at the time. So because they were on the inside, all the defenses they had up were actually valid defenses that usually you ought to have up. They just couldn't understand that this was disruptive. Right. But because of my innocence, was able to understand that.